Hey everybody, Sharp here. Today we're gonna talk about how to nudge your teammates or low-key manipulate them into doing what you want. So the concept I'm gonna be getting at here is that let's talk about two examples. So example number one is you're a laner and for whatever reason you just want your jungler or your mid laner or anyone to just come gank bot. Then you can say gank bot, and you just add no information and you don't add any context. You just say gank bot, and usually, especially in younger players, it's gonna sound a bit like maybe they're tilted for whatever reason, or they're frustrated, or they feel like, yo, you should give my lane attention, whatever. Then on the contrary, you can you can set it up and make it easier for a teammate. So if I'm playing top lane and I want my jungler to come now, I can say, yo, this guy has no sums. They can't counter with TP, because the enemy mid doesn't have TP or whatever. We have a wave slow pushing into him. We can dive him in 30 seconds. We one shot him under tower. Enemy jungler is bot. Um, so he just making it. He's like setting everything up for me, so I don't, or for his team, or the laner is setting everything up for the jungler, right? So the jungler doesn't have to do any work; he just has to show up. So if someone tells their jungler gank bot, now the jungler has to think: do they have TPs? What's the summoner situation? How's the wave? Is it even possible? Is it even the best play? Blah 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 blah. Right? There's a million things to consider. Now, obviously, it's gonna be a bit more instinctual in game, but you have to consider where your enemies, where the TPs, summoners, how easy it is, whatever. So if you give the context, like the previous example where you talk about the wave, the laner talks about the wave, he talks about we can one shot, he talks about TPs, he talks about summoners, blah 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 blah. The jungler just has to show up, or the teammate just has to show up and do the play. Like the work of a play, most of it is just like planning it, like is this possible, and taking all the trying to take most of the factors into consideration, right? Like showing up and using your spells, that's like, I don't know, 5 to 10 seconds, right? You just have to walk there and press your buttons, but the thought process is like, is this possible? Can we do it? Should we do it? Whatever. But if someone presents you like if you get if you get presented with two plans. One plan is like come bot, or just gank mid. And then the other plan is like um come dive top or come dive bot right now. They don't have TPs. We can one shot. It's just a page of information. I mean, obviously, in competitive, the more that's like, the less you have to communicate, the better. But especially in newer teams and in the like ERL level and lower, these things have to be communicated because not everyone has like that the same skill floor. So yeah, you're spending like, I don't know, 10 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds more, just like uh, giving all the information, but that also makes it 10 times easier for your teammate to actually choose that play, um, because he doesn't have to think about it, because you're just making such a good case for why it's a good play and why it's possible, compared to the guy who's just presenting a play without any context. So I think this is something a lot of newer players should take into consideration, because it just makes your life a lot easier when you can like nudge your teammates in the right direction and you do it properly. Like the tone and whatever, that's a whole other topic, but the way you're saying things is also really important, right? So, and the guy who says gank bot is typically the guy who's like, "Ah, can you come bot?" Or like they say it like tilted, you know? So that's something to keep in mind, and that's it for today. Peace out.